Hooray! We are here on our Chris Lucci with Double C initiative. Yay! We are broadcasting on our Chris Lucci initiative with Double C. So the new page is eligible now. So this is the first time we are broadcasting on it. Okay, sorry, join back. Sorry about it. So I didn't uh, add the right channels, so I have to go and come back. So, but the good news is that we got the Chris Lucci initiative on live. This is the first time we are broadcasting there. So I just tried it and I noticed that we are good to go there. So we are eligible now because I couldn't broadcast there. According to them, it has to be about 60 days or so. So I tried it now. It's live. We are live on our Chris Lucci with Double C initiative. So we have the three channels, our YouTube and the charity and the Chris Lucci with Double C. Hooray! It's our first time broadcasting, our first time going live there. That's awesome. Anyway, so going back and coming in, yeah, you get the results. So that's why they say oftentimes see disappointment as a blessing in disguise. Oftentimes, just see this, if not all, but most of the time, see that as blessing in disguise. Maybe that's why, it started from not hearing me and all of those. And then I was able to get our new page on board. All right, welcome. We see you all. We see you all. Greetings to you. Mother Ikolua, greetings to you, ma'am. How are you doing? And happy Friday to you. We see you, Miss Aminat. How are you doing, ma'am? And happy Friday to you. Our admins, please, let's do sum up. Let's sum up and get the names of people we every state. Okay. I was supposed to make that announcement, but it keeps skipping my mind. We need to see the people we have. So once we get, if we have good hardcore, we can start there. If we have up to 3 members, we can start there. If we have 1 member but real hardcore, okay, yeah, we can. Well, we deliberate on it and then, go from there. So we see you all. Miss Blessing Osage, greetings to you, ma'am. How are you doing? And welcome. I haven't seen you in a while, or is it just my eyes or oversight, maybe? How are you doing? And how is your little angel? Welcome. Miss Agatha Samuel, how are you doing, ma'am? I haven't also seen you in a while. Or maybe it's me. Greetings to you. Welcome. Miss Ogechi, greetings to you, ma'am. How are you doing? Happy Friday to you all. Miss Gloria, how are you doing? You too. Welcome to you, ma'am. So we see everyone. Greetings, and I went back, so let me comment later down. I see you all. We see you all. We see you all. We see you all. We see you all. Onyere ndị mozi iwu banyere m. Onyere ndị mozi iwu banyere m. Mr. Daniel, how are you doing? Greetings to you. Onyere ndị mozi iwu banyere m. Miss Ogo, greetings to you, man. How are you doing? How is your mom? Onyere ndị mozi iwu banyere m. Chineke nyere ndị mozi, onyere ndị mozi iwu banyere m. Chineke nyere ndị mozi, onyere ndị mozi iwu banyere m. Translators, please. Like I say, you don't have to get everything, just get the main key points, the key words. O nyere m ndị mmụọ ozi iwu banyere m. Chineke nyere m ndị mmụọ ozi, o nyere m ndị mmụọ ozi iwu banyere m. Chineke nyere m ndị mmụọ ozi iwu banyere m. O nyere m ozi iwu banyere m. It's Precious. How are you doing? How are you? How are you? How is school? How is everything going? O nyere m ndị mmụọ ozi iwu banyere m. Obi n'igwe nyere m ndị mmụọ ozi iwu banyere m. Eluigwe nyere ndị mmụọ ozi iwu banyere m. O nyere m ndị mmụọ ozi iwu banyere m. Eluigwe nyere m ndị mmụọ ozi iwu banyere m. Ọ gwara m ndị mmụọ ozi ya sị ha, ihe emekwala m. Chai. Onye eze gwara m ndị mmụọ ozi ya sị ha, ihe emekwala m. Ọ gwara m ndị mmụọ ozi ya sị ha, ihe emekwala m. Chineke nyere ndị mmụọ ozi, o nyere ndị mmụọ ozi iwu banyere m. Miss Goodness Abuja, how are you doing? Oh yeah, I think I'm going to focus more now. O nyere ndị mmụọ ozi iwu banyere m. Chineke nyere ndị mmụọ ozi, o nyere ndị mmụọ ozi iwu banyere m. Chineke nyere ndị mmụọ ozi, o nyere ndị mmụọ ozi iwu banyere m. Ọ gwara ndị mmụọ ozi ya sị ha, ihe emekwala m. This is a big instruction. Eluigwe gwara ndị mmụọ ozi ya sị ha, ihe emekwala m. That is right, Psalm 91. Eluigwe gwara ndị mmụọ ozi ya sị ha, ihe emekwala m. That is right, it's a command. Ọ gwara ndị mmụọ ozi ya sị ha, ihe emekwala m. Onye eze gwara ndị mmụọ ozi ya sị ha, ihe emekwala m. Yes, Lord. Ọ gwara ndị mmụọ ozi ya sị ha, ihe emekwala m. The word of God is consistent. Ọ gwara ndị mmụọ ozi ya sị ha, ihe emekwala m. Chineke gwara ndị mmụọ ozi ya sị ha, ihe emekwala m. Aka ji ndụ m jisiri ya ike. Eluigwe gwara ndị mmụọ ozi ya sị ha, ihe emekwala m. Onye eze m gwara ndị mmụọ ozi ya sị ha, ihe emekwala m. Someone that the authority that God ordered his angels, the angelic messengers, he ordered them not allow nothing touch me, not even the stone, not allow nothing that is not of him come near me. Is that who you're trying to fight? Is that? Do not touch any person of a clean hands, because you can only just attract, call it everything unto yourself or your generation. That's his word. O nyere ndị mmụọ ozi iwu banyere m. O nyere ozi iwu banyere m. Be careful who you're messing with, because you may be messing with Saul. O nyere ndị mmụọ ozi iwu banyere m. O nyere ndị mmụọ ozi iwu banyere m. Chineke nyere ndị mmụọ ozi iwu banyere m. Oftentimes it's not as if maybe, you don't connect to certain people, but you may not connect with their personalities, and that's okay. We love people, we like people, but then we may not, like attitudes. So that is okay. And that's why we continue to learn voice for better version of all. Lending voice for the good of us. Anyway, that is why we see some people that may be pagans, but they are doing what is just, what is right. And we, some of us Christians, oftentimes it's hard to tell if we actually Christians. I'm there. Are we not one of those that he took his time to give his angels, the angelic messengers, order them, to give them the authority not to allow nothing to near you? Onyere ndị mmụọ ozi iwu banyere m. Chineke nyere ndị mmụọ ozi iwu banyere m. Eluigwe nyere ndị mmụọ ozi iwu banyere m. Chineke nyere ndị mmụọ ozi, o nyere ndị mmụọ ozi iwu banyere m. until we know the importance, the value, the quality of embracing God, our Maker. There are many things we cannot get it right. There are many things until we embrace Him. That precious child we have and hold on to. It's not about our authority until He gives His own authority, until He authorizes them. Not allow nothing, even in our absence, not to near that child. Chineke nyere ndị mozi iwu banyere m. Eluigwe nyere ndị iwu banyere m. Igwe nyere ndị mozi iwu banyere m. Obiligwe m nyere ndị mozi iwu banyere m. Chineke nyere ndị mozi, o nyere ndị mozi iwu banyere m. Is that authority under your head? Is that authority given on your behalf? Onyere ndị mozi iwu banyere m. Or is he a spare tire? Anyway, nyere ndị mozi iwu banyere m. It's not about how far. Anyway, nyere ndị mozi iwu banyere m. It's not about the years I've practiced Christianity. Anyway, nyere ndị mozi iwu banyere m. It's about consistency of it. Onyere ndị mozi iwu banyere m. That is his attributes. Anyway, nyere ndị mozi iwu banyere m. Eluigwe nyere ndị mozi iwu banyere m. Chineke nyere ndị mozi, o nyere ndị mozi iwu banyere gị. Chineke nyere ndị mozi, o nyere ndị mozi iwu banyere gị. Chineke nyere ndị mozi, o nyere ndị mozi iwu banyere gị. Nobody can ruin what they do not have information about. O nyere ndị mozi iwu banyere gị. Our tongue. Anyway, nyere ndị mozi iwu banyere gị. Even the same thing they gave, God gave his angels charge over. You are still the same person. What the angels are protecting, it is still you, the same person that sell it at what? Jacob's porridge at the cheapest price. Beware of Jacob's porridge. Anyway, nyere ndị mozi iwu banyere m. Chineke nyere ndị mozi, o nyere ndị mozi iwu banyere m. Chineke nyere ndị mozi iwu, nyere ndị mozi iwu banyere m. When God says you matters to him, you are definitely more. Happiness is not because everything is okay. Happiness is, we don't choose when we are to be happy and when we are not. We don't choose to be happy when everything is okay, and then the other way, when no, because many we ask for strength, we ask for insight, we ask for grace, because oftentimes we are dragging what we are praying against. Anyway, nyere ndị mozi iwu banyere m is a beautiful life. It's Hakuna life to connect with. Chineke nyere ndị mozi iwu banyere m. O nyere ndị mozi iwu banyere m. Onye zeziri ndị mozi ya sị ha ihe emekwala m. Eluigwe gwara ndị mozi ya sị ha ihe emekwala m. Personalize it. Ọ gwara ha sị ha ihe emekwa na ọlụchi. Chineke m gwara ha sị ha ihe emekwala nwa ya. Eluigwe gwara ndị mozi ya sị ha ihe emekwala anyị. Eluigwe gwara ndị mozi ya sị ha ihe emekwala anyị. The same route you go daily, on a daily basis, the same route continue to suck and suck and suck and suck and suck. Eluigwe gwara ndị mozi ya sị ha ihe emekwala m. Obinigwe gwara ndị mozi ya sị ha ihe emekwala anyị. Onye eze gwara ndị mozi ya sị ha ihe emekwala anyị. Why the same flight I used after about 48 hours? The same flight, the same. Anyway, gwara ndị mozi ya sị ya ihe emekwala m. Anyway, gwara ndị mozi ya sị ya ihe emekwala m. The same flight. Anyway, gwara ndị mozi ya sị ya ihe emekwala m. Obinigwe gwara ndị mmụọ ozi ya sị ha ihe emekwala m maka na eluigwe ma na m adịghị ike nke mmadụ. And that is why I have him as my eluigwe. And that is why I have him as my power. Maka na o nwere ndị mmụọ ozi iwu banyere m. He is the all-powerful and all-powerful and all-powerful. Jesus nyere ndị mmụọ ozi iwu banyere m. Eluigwe nyere ndị mmụọ ozi iwu banyere m. Ọ gwara ndị mmụọ ozi ya sị ha ka ọ yarụkwa ịnụpị m. Eluigwe gwara ndị mmụọ ozi ya sị ha ihe emekwala m. Ụzọ ndị ọzọ gara ha enweghị ike ịnanwu ya ka m gara wee sị ya wee na ihe emere m. Onye nwe m nyere ndị mmụọ ozi iwu banyere m. Onye nwe m nyere ndị mmụọ ozi iwu banyere m. You don't choose when to be happy. It's mandatory. You don't choose when to be happy. If you got to choose to when to be happy, you're going to wear that like a cloth. Wear that in the morning, take it off maybe by evening, wear that like PJ or nightwear. By morning, you take it off. What a lie. What a lie. I don't admire that. That's really a lie. Onye nyere ndị mmụọ ozi iwu banyere m. Chineke nyere ndị mmụọ ozi, o nyere ndị mmụọ ozi iwu banyere m. Ọ gwara ndị mmụọ ozi ya sị ya ihe emekwala m. Gwa ndị mmụọ ozi ya ihe mere simply means that he gave his angels order. He told his angels, he gave them authority not to allow nothing to happen to us. That's simply what it means. He didn't just tell them, he ordered them. It's an order. It's not an order. You know what it means? An order is yes or yes. The song is actually from Psalm 91. Eluigwe gwara ndị mmụọ ozi ya sị ha ihe emekwala m. Ọ gwara ndị mmụọ ozi ya sị ha ihe emekwala m. Ọ gwara ndị mmụọ ozi ya sị ha ihe emekwala m. Heavenly Father, hallowed be thy name. Lord, I disappear and call upon you to appear. Father, I decrease and ask you to increase. In the name of you, God the Father, Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Amen and amen. Thank you, everyone, and welcome again. We came live initially. I wasn't connected to some channels, so I have to go back to do the needful and come up again. So thank you for joining back. This is Chris Lucci Community. Our message is simple: giving life a meaning. And we call on people of like mind to join us, to join the movement in giving life a meaning, to join us to plant seeds. You don't have to change the whole world because we cannot, but just choose to plant seeds on one soul. It could be seed of smile, it could be seed of healing, it could be seed of kindness, very important. It could be seed of clothing, it could be seed of shelter, it could be seed of many things. But join us in giving life a meaning. And like we always say, life of everybody is precious to us because God created man in his image and likeness. And his message is consistent without discrimination. Is we, the church, the government, you and I, all of us continue to do what he never advocated for. And the way the Chris Luchi Charity Initiative, we are intentional people and being intentional with those aspects or areas of life, being careful with many of those, so that together we can continue to embrace the creator of the universe. We can continue to be on that safe side, because we really want to please God. But where God is too far. However, he is in all of us. So all we can do for him, we'll still have to connect it to humans. Whatever you do to the least of your brothers or brethren, that you do unto me. And that is his word. So pleasing God starts with humanity and in humility. It's a noble life to live. And it's such a fulfilling life to adopt, and a peaceful life to embrace for the good of humanity and the you and I. So welcome everyone. And what we have today says, can people ruin? Can they ruin what they do not know? Do you think your friends, your acquaintances, your rivals, and all of those can ruin that they do not have information or correct information for? Yeah, people can predict it, that's okay. People can have their information, yeah, that's okay. Yeah. People can even, because information is everywhere. No, anywhere, anything about any person is traceable. Every information is everywhere. Even too much information. Informations are available everywhere and anywhere. We're not looking for it. Once you look for it, you will find it, including mine. But now, if you didn't get that from me, then how credible it is, right? Because many of informations might contain, errors. There might be fallacies. There might be many things. It may not be credible, but then there are still some, vital informations there. But what matters is that as long as you did not get that from me, me myself will always say, I care less about it. And then what they say is dead on arrival. But where it makes sense and where it's hard and where it's, is when that information is credible. What is credible then? Where or when it's from the right source. Let's say I am the one, now I'm giving it to you, right? Yeah, that's credible because it's what? From the right source. That's a very credible information. That's a valid information. So it's easy to root it. It's easy to get rid of it. It's easy to finish, do whatever you wish or want to do with it. Shatter that, do anything to it. It's easy because I decided to sell it cheap. I decided to sell it free. Because of what? My mouth. And it has consequences. And that's what it is. So our message today is what? Can anybody ruin what they do not know or what they don't have the correct information about? And the answer is no. What people used to deal with you and I in the life 21st century, the technology life we found ourselves today, is the information we provide. Therefore, we must be careful with information we put out there for your own good. For your own good, for your own safety, for your own peace, for your own hakuna. Because oftentimes we even give. The painful or annoying part of it is that sometimes we don't even just give our information. We give and give that to we oh my. I am this way that sometimes someone will want, when I see info, because I mean, and that's why we say when we know better, we do better. There are some information someone will want to give, stop the person, because someone like me, if you're giving me information and I see that information is encroaching, is invading another person's privacy, I will stop you. I do that to anywhere, any place. I do that. Either you hear me, I have no interest, I will say that, or I will stop the person. I will find some ways to do that, or I will even tell the person. I will pass the message. I do. It depends on I do that. Oftentimes, people don't know certain things about our friends, about our families, right? The information they have, the information we made available at the so cheapest rates. And then, when they must have gotten it all, the everything, starting from a whole lot of things, we now start to craft in. All the person will want is how can things go wrong so that those can be used against you. We fall to things, not because the world is against us, not because anything, but because of what? Our carelessness. Because of what? Not knowing our boundaries. I always say that whatever you hear from me, anything you see me say, I always say that. I say, at CNN, I will say that. If you see me say anything, I will repeat the same as CNN. You know what I mean by CNN? Like I can administer that anywhere, any place. But saying I'm telling you this is for your ear and it's for those. Now, however, does that mean some informations are still not meant for maybe small groups and all of those? Yes. But then, if someone chose out of ignorance, out of anything, and get it there, they are nothing to lose. Anyway, so what are we saying? The world we find ourselves in, both to our young boys, our young ladies, even with the millennials, are we millennials and the elderly? Note this, but more especially this generation. Your friends did this to you. You see them there, back there, all the celebrities and all of those in Hollywood, all of them. What people used to get to them is still the information they made available. Trace it, track it. And that is why Everything is not meant for public. Some things are for public consumption, some things are for private consumption. And we've said this before. The things for private consumption does not mean it's a secret, but it's for private consumption. And let's say, like we said again, someone has to share that is for private consumption, and now have to get it elsewhere. And we said what? It's a betrayal, it's a mouth. And book of Proverbs, we cite the book of Proverbs, did justice to exactly what it is. Because oftentimes we attract a lot of cankerworms unto ourselves, unknowingly to us. You will see in this generation we found ourselves, you see people talking about bestie. What is bestie? What is bestie? The only heaven that will save you is don't have, like it's gonna be, God created you and I and gave us what? Gave us freedom. And now by ourselves, we now go and now caged ourselves either to one person or some group or few people or multiple people. We cage ourselves because of what? The informations we pass out. We need to be aware of some of all these things, because ihe na-eme anyị si anyị n'aka. Grace is sufficient. Opportunities coming to us, a lot of things coming to us, but often we sell it out. Yeah, sometimes people may not really want to, hurt you with those informations, but that is why we say knowingly or unknowingly, the informations we get to a wrong place and that we used against you. Being aware of all this, we are now to ask ourselves, can anybody ruin what they do not know? The answer is no. No. And that's your what? That is your power. It's part of your power. It's not sometimes because some people don't want to share certain things. But guess what? I cannot give you something you can use it, paint it a different way. And I can't, no. Unless if the needs be, then that's where you say nature just, played it. But other than that, no. And then we ask again, those informations, are they not available? Yeah, a lot of informations are out there. Google any person's location, you will find a lot of things out there. But guess what? You did not get that from me. I did not get it from you. And as long as I didn't get it from you, that information is limited. Even if that information is to be accessed, there must be limitation to that information, because there are criteria in evaluating information to make that information credible. Which getting it right source, genuine source, which is you are the author, you are the original. So getting it from you is a very big source. And you alone, only you will carry the whole original book and just sold it out cheaply, ignorantly, like it's so a beautiful, you big author, like you just, until we understand, and until you understand that you are the author. And as an author, right, you have the copyright to your whatever that is, that information is. Giving it to somebody or sharing it to somebody is giving right to that person. You are the owner. So whatever the information you are passing out, you are doing what? Giving that right, that authority to someone else. And now, if it is not something valuable, what will that sell? What impact will that create? Exactly. That's where certain boundaries comes in. You setting boundaries doesn't. These are we are telling us these are the real as the it is this these are the real life. To have a balanced life, there must be boundary settings. And we do not take advantage of people. It's just like maybe someone going to a child and trying to get information from a child. Is a very big deal. And that even has some legal implications. It's a big deal. Any child, underage child, you don't access information from that person, from that child. I don't know if I shared this last time. When we came back, I have my, kids with their phone numbers and all of those. And somehow someone had to, though I won't go deep with this, but somehow someone got the phone number. They didn't come with their phone because they didn't need it there. Not because it will not work there, but there was no need. And I didn't want the time they will use to socialize and do all of those to use it to be operating phones, right? So they didn't come with it for the ones that have it. And now someone still happens to wish what the person should have done was supposed to come to me and ask, or at least tell the person or my child if he can ask mommy, or to ask mommy, if the person can get the number, if they can give the person number. That should have been a beautiful and respectful thing to do, But the person chose the other way around. And again, like we say, we chose our battle. And guess what? I didn't have that conversation with them, which we learn, because next time I will have the conversation. The underage child, you don't need their number. Not even their uncles have the number, because that number is just for one purpose here. They still don't need those, And then having that, right? It doesn't matter maybe if you are to have that number and be asking the child, how are you? And they be good. Those things does not matter. The thing is there. Is not done. And just for that, I have to change the numbers. Like completely change the complete lines. These underage kids, you don't do that. And as underage kids, maybe you might do this and then ask the time and then ask when it's late. You're getting information you shouldn't have access to or with. It's not done. I have always said this. I say, as kids, I don't chat kids. I do not chat kids. Underage, even some kids, even at their early 20s, I don't chat kids. Because certain times we parents and we adults, we don't know, we self as adults don't even know boundaries. If you are to talk to a child, personally, if I'm to talk to a child, I call on the phone. I don't get kids on my WhatsApp. Even my nephews and all those, I only just do that. Maybe, I was the one, even like some of them that is not of age. I was one of them that advocated that made many of them, my nephews, they don't have phone, And then if I'm going to talk to someone, then I know the only person was this, my nephew I shared with you all, that is physically challenged. Is the only one, even though he's about, I think, 21, is the only one I talk like often with on chat or phone and all of those. Other than that, I don't talk to kids with phone, on the phone. I mean, chatting and I don't have that for too. I don't do that. If I want to call and all of those, I will go ahead and call. But if there is anything I will advise and then they chat me, I will make out time. I will call them and have conversation with them. I can't be chatting with you and doing all of those. And these are boundaries. And then I have my godchildren, you know, as a godparents and all those. If you're underage, is once in a while. But then if it's gonna be, you know, you come and they chat me, how are you? How is this? And then how are you? How is work? I will stop chat. I won't go further. It's just gonna be there. I will not go further. If I'm reaching out to you, I will put like, if I'm gonna type, I will type long, cover everything and all of those. You do that, maybe I give you the next 5-10 minutes, and that will be there. And that's where I know, like, I really have to, you know, like, my attention is there. But after that, no. But then calling me, chatting me, no, I am the one to make out time and call you if the needs be. I will make myself available if you want to talk to me on anything. What you will say is, what, Auntie, please, when you have time, I would like to talk to you. Yeah, those are the things I respond to. And I will make out time. And I will call and have conversations. You know, because kids, sometimes they don't have their, you know, they are still growing. And then we adults getting to these kids, they might tell us the information that should be limited to us. And that is not right. And then people are human, you know, except maybe very few, or maybe some people that have already out of, you know, a lot of growth, and knowing that when you are talking to somebody is actually telling how messy you are. Discussing weakness of others shows how weak and how messy we, until we understand certain things. That when we are let's say, use the word gossip. I don't want to use the word, but let's say we are gossiping, the word gossip. When you're gossiping with someone, you are is showing how messy we are. That's what it shows, because it is a reflection of who we are, not a reflection of others. Whenever we're talking about people negatively, let's get this again. Whenever we are talking negatively about people or revealing people's weaknesses and all of it, is reflection of who we are. It's not about those people, but it's about us. And when people are doing this, you must be very careful with such personalities. Because probably we talk negatively about people. We are revealing, even though it's secondhand, it's not a credible information. However, we are revealing information that the person we are giving those information can still use to ruin the person. You know? And probably because the person maybe shared that with you, either in confidence or by licking mouth, and either way, whatever way. You know? But the simple message is that nobody can ruin what they do not have information about. Once it didn't come from you, just know you have no riches in your cupboard. It's a mere talk, and the dead on arrival. But when we do not control the mouth, when we do not control it, then how we made our bed, so we'll lie on it. The same thing we put out there is the same thing that we use to consume us. And that is life. The same way in kids, we don't go and ask kids certain critical questions. Allow kids to share stuff with you. And the stuff they are sharing with you, if you are not going to make use of it positively, either if it is a place you have to, advocate, or if it is a place like advocating can be maybe talking to the person's mom or finding a way. I've had someone that confided in me, talked to me, shared something with me about the mom, right? And because the same way she said she wants, that's one of our, our workers, I mean, not our volunteers here. Nobody knows the person. And that's why I can talk about it. And that he want to talk to me, I was like, okay. And then he said his personal. I said, sure. And I said the whole thing and said it and said it. It was a whole lot. Okay. Now, I have to do what? Cancel her. I started a counseling because she was the problem. And I told her, I said, even me. You say, mommy, you've seen me. What do you do? I say, even me. I say, I will even act more than your mom. My child send you to school. My rewarding is to change church, and they will come back, and they will even cook food. You say your church don't like. I was like, do you know what it took your parents to build the culture? Do you know what it took them to establish, the family? Do you know what it took them? And then you will come there getting ready for church, then your own is different, and I was like, oh my, I said no. And then you say that she will ask you to do this, you'll be like, then you will talk your own. The whole thing, I have to talk like I talk, and I said, you have to start from there. You got to go back. And then you finished. Your mom is asking you to come back for this and this, and then you say you don't want to come. You're going to stay the other side, and you are not going back home. And then your reason is because in the morning they make breakfast. You say you're fasting. See, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I wasn't connected. Sorry, I'm not connected. And I told her, because everything she was telling me makes no sense, zero sense to me. May make sense, but to me makes zero sense, makes no sense. And then you will say when you come, is the other woman your mother's a friend, you are so close to, you will go to her house and will say, I say, if you are my child, I say, never boy. I say, your mom will even come, you will come, she will even cook, begging you to cook, to eat. You say you're fasting, she will be angry. I say, what? What is that? And after the whole thing and everything, it was some talk, give her some messages, followed it up. But I didn't say no, because for what? I told her, I said to your mom, I told her, I said, listen, I will do the same thing, if not more. I told her. And that was when she, on this, she now accepted, okay, something is wrong. And she now, open, this more to talk on other things. And we went over that. And I said, you have to go. I'm really apologize and make this up. It's not right. And after the service, to go. Even if you are to stay for some reasons and all of those, you got to be on the round table. I think she was like 23, 24, thereabout, So these are certain things. Yeah, there are a lot. The whole thing is complicated. But then, unless if I'm going to answer that as question, because I won't be able to cover everything. But if I'm going to answer that as question, yeah, I will do that. But after the whole thing, that because in as much as the whole stuff, nobody, no matter what, even though we know some, parents, get it the other, we all still understand there are other case scenarios. So let's leave that. But the honest truth is that once we do not do that could make our parents proud, we have to find a way to go make peace for them. Because everybody that finds themselves in that position, we react the same way, including me, Chris Lucci. I will do the same. Nobody wants to groom what he or she will not be proud of. It's painful. Because as parents, we know a lot that's been put in. We know a lot that's been invested, and for whatever you are investing, If you're investing in health, you are to expect a result. If you're investing in whatever in our children, you are to result doesn't mean maybe be bringing money for me, but I told my kids, I said, when like now, all these things, I always tell them the best you can offer me. You see that the other time a child said, "Oh, I will buy this for you, mommy. I will build this house for you." I said, all those houses you build for me, all of those things you will do for me. I said, let me tell you, let me give you the secrets. Better version of you. I say, the gold you will offer me, the diamond you will be, better version of you. That's it. The rest will come. As a better version of person, will you remind the child what to do? No. The child has been groomed. The child cannot be reminded what to do. Just like Miss Purity Mandy. The mom has been there. When the old came to swallow and consume all of those. Right? A widow. And then sickness came. To steal and to what he knows best how to do. And better version of them played the role. Their mom never knew. Maybe by this time she's going to now be in Lagos, or maybe permanently stay in Lagos, or maybe she never planned for it. But when that is beyond the human, that is beyond human power, right? That's when that better version of what we groom, right, will surface. So I told them, I said, it's not about, all the best you can offer me is better version of you. Is better version of you. Because I want it to be well with you. That's where it starts from. It's not well, you can't think of well, you can't even know well to offer me. So the well starts from you. So all you could be thinking is not the car to buy for me or the house to build for me. Even if I'm in a wood home, I'm fine. Because with better version of you, I will be way fine. But with all those things you will build for me without better version of you, I will be like in a hell. So I promote what? Better version. And then eventually after that, she started the process. And now everything changed. I started now talking. My mom has truly been so awesome. It's just that those things were hurting her. Yes, now she could see it beyond. However, it was something I wasn't going to play some vital role. I won't listen. I will not listen. But this child reached that he wants to talk to me. Right? And I saw someone that called me in confidence, that want to talk to me or something, but wouldn't want the mom, to. Will I ever now use it to, blackmail the person or now talk about the person or that would be reflection of who I am. It's not about her. Something is wrong with me. Not her. She's perfectly fine. But something is wrong with me. The only thing I can do is like to teach him now and using life references to do that, knowing pretty much that you have no clue of who the person is and can't even have the person because the person has long, gone. Okay. And this is part of why all those things comes. Okay. We find a way to use them. So and also I still have a situation whereby someone came and was talking the one I don't want to hear, like the one that is not beyond me, that I know is beyond me. I have to stop the person. I have to stop her. Because what she was telling me is assumption. So I have to stop her, and then we started redirecting that mindset, because sometimes these are some, stuff our brain plays. We now have to start to, redirect the brain. Okay. But these people I'm talking about, they are not underage, because if they're underage, even if they confide in me, I must get it to their parents. I must, but I will find a way to make sure that information, okay, will not be used against that child. I will find a way. That's the only thing. But as underage, yeah. But not being underage, I will kind of prepare the child, okay, on how to do the approach. The child will have to do that. Unless if, not being productive and all of those, then I will come. I will surface. But oftentimes I try so that the child can, do that process because it's easy, but it's just the I have arrived, problem or mindset. Okay. So please, we have to get this. It's okay, and it does not matter what people might talk about you. Like we said, as long as you are not the one that was giving that information everywhere, people can always access things. And as long as you did not tell it to your bestie or closest, okay, it's a safe information. Anywhere they see that information or hear that information, for the peace of your mind, consider that it's there on arrival. It makes is not valid. It is not valid. So that information can fly and we get nowhere. We make nowhere. It will fly like whatever they get up there and fall. As long as we are not the one. Because it is not original. I hear say. Makes no waves. Makes no waves. But that can use to consume you is still that information you give out. But in a situation whereby you didn't give it out, it's unimportant and makes no way. The same thing with things we put on social media. The same thing with things we put on social media. Many of us will update, will update and update and update. Tomorrow, that may not affect you, but your generation, someone will pay the price. You might pay the price to a certain extent, but where it's consumed is when your generation has to pay that price. Because price we paid, yes. Yes, oh yes, price will be paid. Devil needs nobody and pays no attention to anybody until your life starts to make sense. And it's when your life starts to make sense is when he will stay and be waving. We have to be careful. Limit info. Nobody, no man, no kingdom, no woman, nobody can rule you without the authenticity from you, the ownership, the real author, the ownership of that story, the ownership of that whatever that information is. I hear say, even if that person was there, it happens, that's still not credible because the information is limited. The person stays there, okay, but guess what? The person cannot have every information. It is limited. Therefore, it's still it should be part of your inconsequential issues. But you see, the one you open wide and be leaking it is what consumes. Oftentimes, we sell information out in many ways. In so many ways that personally, as just a human, as just me, small me, I weep. There are certain things I see. And not for you all, like, stuff happening, I'm like, I have to equip our community. Because again, it's God with us, absolutely. But may we not be the cause, and may we not be that, or sold out that, or give all of those that will still consume us. That's the most hurtful of it. I remember when I told someone about someone in this community, but I limited the information. I just gave a certain aspect of that information because I want that person to do so, to take my role. My plate is over full, and I have been okay day in and then I want that person to take it from there. That is what I'm saying. When that person will not add value, you don't. Now, I want this person to take or help me carry some of this, in a particular matter. And then I have to, okay, share something with the person, which I know it's something the person will still let her know. But I have to share that. And then after that, I call the other person and say, I channel that. I say, this is this, okay? I've already talked to the person, okay? And then, because I like the person by my side, I say, whatever this you need, okay, do this. And then I went to the other person, told the person, with love, with this, don't do this. Don't, like I restricted the person, please handle this person with care. I'm only just doing this because I won't be able to, okay? I need help. I won't be able to catch it all. So I'm giving this so that instead of the person reaching me, the person can reach you. But handle this person with care. Don't hold this person for me. Don't be very careful with this person for me. And guess what? I was the one that giving the information. That doesn't mean you now go to the person and go and now open canker worm or the whole thing to the person. What the person heard from me is limited. And out of that, you now go and now open all the canker worm to this. Now you sold all the information. Error. So we are saying this for certain reasons. Even if I have to be, okay, I'm going to talk to this person, I will channel you to this person. Don't think it's an avenue or is a key for you now to go and the widen and the open mouth. No. Keep it. The ones the person heard from me, didn't hear from me. Like it is already enough. Because when I do things, I filter. You now thinking is an avenue. Now going there and open the tank. Open tank. Information I limited. I put where I know this person will know so that the person can work well for me on there. And you now going there, open all the canker wall. You know? And when this person now got me, all I can say, oh Lord of mercy, oh, like, you know. But then I didn't want to tell the person, don't tell the person this, so because I don't want to hear me say, I don't want to get there, because I actually thought of it, but then I don't want to get myself in the midst of, if you go there and start talking to the person, don't talk. I don't want to fall in there. I don't want to fall in there. But these are part of the reason why I can do like some general talk like this. For future purposes, because even tomorrow I challenge you to somebody, I will still not tell you, don't tell the person. Because I don't want my name to be cut in somewhere. As they say, don't tell. Or when they will now be best of bestie, it will be Christmas say, I don't want to be in the midst of, I don't want to be caught in or caught in the midst of all. So that is why I won't. I will not tell you, don't tell. I don't. Whatever I say, I will announce it. Give me opportunity to announce it, and I will still repeat the same. I don't. So whatever I say, it is what it is. But just know that it does not give you or is an avenue for you to go and now open what I call it canker one for a reason. That's not what it should. Don't go and say the information I gave the person is enough for the role the person will play. You know? Now only for this person come like I was like, oh my gosh. However, like I said, even till tomorrow, I will still not tell you, don't tell. But I can do things like this. And the word is enough for the wise. Because I don't want to cut off in between. I don't want to find myself in between. And that is why I say when people say things or come to me, I don't always address the problem. I try to see the intent of what is the intention of this. Because sometimes the intention might be for good. Not just what people say, but their intention might be for right, but then getting it wrong. So I am this person that judge in or address or judge intention, not actually what that thing is. And it takes a whole lot to, perceive things this way. Because sometimes someone might come to say, okay, hey, this person, but not saying it doesn't mean maybe don't tell this way, but then it's just for you to remain. But like I said, me and my personality, I will not tell you. I can only channel you, tell you, instead of reaching me, do this. If you choose and go there and empty yourself, good luck. But like I always say, nobody can ruin what they do not know or have the direct information from. Nobody, nobody, nobody. Does that mean people maybe haven't, maybe must have seen my kids maybe online and but you might see the child, you might see without knowing. And like I said here, someone saw someone smiling at me one day and say he has seen my husband. It wasn't, but I didn't respond to that. I saw that comment and I laughed. Yeah. You know? So whatever I get, oops, yeah. Okay. If I even send that, I will not even say who the person is. As long as it didn't come from my mouth, I have no roaches in my cupboard. If you like, if you take it and go, it is not credible. Because I didn't say that. I might use something to make it teach and all of those. Okay. Someone came our first, when we did our first anniversary, right? I addressed the person as the father of the day. Whatever you see the person introduce or the person, okay, you didn't hear that from me. Therefore, is dead on arrival. And that gives me capacity. As long as you didn't hear it from me, you did not hear it from me. And the one you heard from me, I am still ready to announce it as CNN. That's if I have an opportunity to get into our soul, it's not just limited to you. Okay? So, when you would pass all these informations, or maybe you might say, oh, maybe because your mom is already aware of this and must have discussed it, they can discuss it as long as you are that said that story. Is empty and dead on arrival. And this should be part of your peace. While you are going around doing good, anyways, because stay on the right, while you are making some of all these decisions, building decisions. Okay? When I was in 100 levels during our registration, some churches will come to help you and also ask you to start attending their fellowship. Yeah. So all these things happened. All these things happened, right? And then you think all of us we aren't tempted with one thing or the other. You all think all of us didn't, you all think so, and that is why even here, with that, there are certain things we respect every person's background, culture, status, social status, whatever it is, must be respected. My own is not perfect, more perfect than yours. No, I have to learn to respect. Okay, as long what I ask is best version of you. Or better version of you, if not best version of you. Okay? That's all I ask. That's all I ask. But you see, because you now have to come to join my own church so that, it does not work. I respect every boundaries, every race, every personality, every ethnicity, whatever it is, must be respected. That's the way it should be. That's how it is. Mine is not better than yours. Neither yours is better than mine. Because many of us didn't choose some of all this. It's where we found ourselves. You didn't choose to be from a so-so state. Why I chose to be so-so state? So why do I think mine is more superior? These are some nature, some stuff, role nature plays. So all I need from you in any place is what? Your better version. I may not agree, okay, with some of your, maybe your, what do you call it? Your cultural difference. I may not agree with it, but I have to respect it. Let's say we still have people in our generation now that what you have marks, like tribe marks, right? Like this generation, they are state. Would I agree and tell people to continue with it? No, but those things signify stuff that are beyond you and I. And it doesn't take anybody lower than another. And the many of them that have it, this thing happens when people we are little. They have no control over that. Why will you now come and feel more? What is that? I have to respect it. If I found you in my circle, okay, based on your personality and all of those, I have to embrace you and accept it. It's beyond you. That's it. You are more than you. You is about you. You are more, just like our morning post said. You are more. That's what I look in you. It's not all these things that we fade and they get old and do all of, even the glass skin will still fade and get old. I look beyond. You are more. What I see is more in you. The amazing this in you, amazing being, the awesomeness in you. That's what matters. You know? It doesn't matter if your nose is pointing to heaven, or if the other nose is falling to down. None of you, we have no control. It's how we see it. It doesn't matter if you have one leg. It doesn't matter if you have three. The way you see people, they do not have anything. Is not a, we have said this before, it's not a topic. It is not, just know that it's not a topic. And if you choose to do that, something is wrong with you. It's not about the person. It's a reflection of who you are. And something is wrong with you. We see people, someone maybe have a child that is physically challenged. We are talking of someone physically challenged. Why many of us are mentally challenged? You know? Or maybe discussing someone, maybe circumstances of health, get the person there that maybe went through, you know, amputation and all, and then it has to be a discussion. Something is wrong with you and I that's even talking about that topic. Talk of that topic should be, what can we do? Maybe to provide aids and all of those. That should be what it is. You know? Those should be those informations. And even some of us have to such informations. It's not a topic to talk. It's not a discussion. And then if we choose them, that is reflection of who we are. Okay, sometimes when we don't know, if people chose to tell you things, okay, talk about this. If someone chose to talk to you about things, know this is the person's choice. It doesn't mean because the person talked to you, it's vice versa. Because you have talked to me, okay, and then I now have to talk to you. That's a mess. No, it doesn't work like that. It does not work like that. You know, yeah, human beings is unpredictable. We learn, and what's that? I can't say that, you know. So these are part of those. You chose to tell me, it's your choice. And like I said, someone like me, I don't listen further. If you just get, once you are going off our topic, I will stop you. My own is that I will stop you. I don't know it all, but for the super small I know, for the little I know, I implement. I know, maybe I know this part, you don't know this part, therefore I will stop you. I don't want to hear. I do it steady. Me self, it's me, it drains me. You see anything that I can't add value, maybe I don't have any solution to me. For me, my person, I get tired. Like I get tired. Me. Once that talk leaves, I don't know. I just don't know. If I can't, I already have too much looking for even who to even. Now you will come and carry those who can, what do you, to come and load on my head. No, I don't want. I want interest. I have no interest. You know, and some of us, we need to really, okay, start intentionally. Many things we put out there, they are intentional. And we believe they are making waves. We believe we don't just read and make comments and go. We believe they are making waves because it's a lot of sacrifices. It's a whole lot. It's a lot. And in a positive, because we believe in those positivities, positive values, okay, hoping that, yes, we may not change everybody, but even if one at a time, a step at a time, transformation going on, better versions going on. We believe it's getting to much audience.
Even if just a little just a shift, little paradigm shift is a lot. Every drop makes a difference. It's a lot of sacrifices, and we do believe they are making differences, or they are making a difference. Learn to know when you cannot positively contribute. Oftentimes, turn the information, turn it down, don't hear. There are stuff I tell you, I say sometimes one of the reasons why I don't like to hear about people, because I don't want to judge them. I don't want to judge them, so that I don't judge them by what I hear. That's another this stuff. I don't want to judge people either positively or negatively by what I hear, because I know by His grace I'm very attentive. Information I want to get, I get my information by me, and it helps me because it helps me. I don't use one method to get my own information. And the part of my information consideration, consistency is involved too. I don't get deceived. Let me use this way, and I don't get flattered either. I don't. Because humility is part of me. When you even start that, that's when I'm even humbled, And all these things are intentionality. We all have every positive. We are everywhere and everything, but it depends on what we choose. And we have both. We can activate them. We can intentionally activate the other side of us, or continue to wallowing in the other aspects of us that we thinking it's consuming others, but then will be consuming us. So oftentimes, let's learn to, because often we want our ears open to hear all. Let's learn to change. My kids will say, there is a way they will say that. There is a way they say, I can't remember, something is off the topic or something. The little one will just out of bruise breaks out, they will say off the topic. That's where he will know he's now off point. It might be something interesting to him, but this maybe he wants to talk about a school person and this, they say, oh, off the topic. Not off point, but it's off the topic. Okay? Because if you tell people off point, you might still wrong. So we have to find some better ways to exempt ourselves, excuse ourselves from all this stuff that do not matter oftentimes. And oftentimes, let's stop hearing so much negative about people, because many often we judge people by things we hear. We don't really judge people by who they are. And that's why often we make a whole lot of mistakes by our judgment, because we don't judge people by our own personal. When we judge people by our own personal observation, a lot, or most of the time, we will see a lot of good in people. But we use a whole lot of I hear say, because someone is behaving a certain way, maybe in another community, does not mean the person will come here and do the same. Because when the perfect comes, environment is a great factor. When they see the environment, right, is a place to transform. You see the person you think is whatever. You see the person, even what they said, rejected cornerstone become a cornerstone. Okay, we can keep our eye here on who we know these people there. That is just one. Is one we know them. Now let's see who we will know them here. And now let's the three. Remember, I always say use three at least. Now let's see the next, like the outcome of who they are here and who they are here. Let's now use it to, okay, see the third person they will become. And it will shock us how we have to or get to embrace a lot of people. The things we portray, the things we show should stop contradicting to who we are. If not, we are confusing the world, and we are confusing ourselves, and we are confusing humanity. There should be some, I mean, if someone, there should be some similarity. There should be some attributes to what we represent, to who we are. Sometimes we are confused of who we are and who even people are, because a lot of things are contradictory. A lot, we contradict a whole lot. You see someone, you thought the person is white. Next, you see the person is green. How does green and white connect? White and black might, maybe some might, there are some things that might, but then green and the white, how does how, like, can someone, clarify me? Let's stop contradicting things. For tomorrow's sake, for tomorrow's sake, for our peace of mind, for our Hakuna Matata, for our generation's sake. Because things we're looking up to our children, we want them to do that. I always, like I say, evaluate yourself. Certain things that you do, or even certain things you do, it starts from you. The order you give, the authority you portray starts from you. How is that a reflection of you? Do you portray that? If I tell them not to talk to people anyhow, do I talk to people anyhow? If I tell them to greet people, do I greet people? If I tell them, say true, do I say true? Let it be close. Let it be close. Rounding it up. Nobody can penetrate you. Nobody can define you. Nobody can take ownership of that your story. Nobody can retell it. They can only paraphrase it. And that's plus or minus. They are not quoting you. That's their talk. Nobody can do all these things if you, as an individual, as a person, do not make those informations available, either knowingly or unknowingly, consciously or unconsciously. If you are the breadwinner in your home, even if the world sees it, but you don't complain it, you don't share that, whether you are a man or a woman, you don't complain it, you don't share that, nobody can judge your spouse. And nobody can look where none is existing in that home, unless it's from your leaking mouth, unless it's from this that we cannot close. But without that, nobody can have this access, and nobody can penetrate without that direct information from you and I. People can only guess. Remember again, it's a guess. And it has what? Limited information. It's not credible. It didn't come from you, and therefore is part of inconsequential. You all see social media, sometimes like this lady, when they talk about her marriage and all of those, right? Nobody could up to date give any account of anything about that lady because she didn't dash it all cheaply on media. And till date, nobody could say it. Whatever people are saying, they remain propaganda. And they are limited and can't fly nowhere. Nobody again. With information you didn't release, nobody can run you without getting that information from you, the direct source. No person as a mother can ruin the child, anything of your child, without you as a mother getting that information. Nobody can still ruin your husband without getting that information from the family. Yeah, it may come from the wife, but the honest truth is that as long as you didn't get it from that source, like it may Edochie or you Edochie may, right? The husband said a lot of things, but nobody said, nobody heard anything from her, and it remains inconsequential till father comes. Okay, it might look like the truth. It might look like whatever it will look, but what cannot fly has limited time because the information, what the one will say, will remain there because it didn't come from her. Those parts of all those didn't come from her, and therefore everything about that's power. That is power. Nobody can do that. Men, nobody can still ruin your wife. Nobody can talk your wife down. Nobody. If you do not send those informations, if you do not provide those information, people can only guess. It's part of life. They keep guessing. They keep doing, people got to get busy. So they keep being busy. So these are very important. When we provide this stuff, always ask yourself, whatever I'm saying now, just think, what if? Always say what if. Whether you're providing your own information or somebody's information, always say what if. It will help you. It will help you to pause, to reason, to think. Because often, once that mouth opens, it's already open, things will come out. But the ability to say what if, because if mouth open, even if there is no information, the mouth will formulate. Well, it's already open, so there will it will formulate, and then the lies will come. But again, ability to say what if. Check what if. Check another what if. What if? What if and the only if. This will calm down, we tone down, we dilute a lot of those you will share. Especially to a person that cannot, you are not someone that cannot be of help to that. Okay, and some of us that oftentimes we are noses, we even go and be requesting, asking people certain. You don't ask people information. If people choose to tell you things, you will be on your own. They will reach out to you. But people not reaching out to you, and maybe you have time with people, and then thinking, and then now asking. That's why even in our community, our people that reach out to me, you don't even ask me how am I. You don't even ask me that. You don't even ask me how is my family. Okay. For our comment people, I'm not referring to you. We I answer how am I is on the comment section, but coming to me because that's general, and you don't even know who is commenting. But coming to me personally to ask me how am I, how are my kids, how am I this? Did I tell you? Asking me how are my kids. Have I come and told you all about my kids? You don't know them. Asking me how is my husband. Have I come and told you all about my husband? You don't know it. These informations are not at your stuff. However, I understand your care and I appreciate your care. Okay, but these are we're trying to, how do I put it? to correct some certain measures. Okay. Because these are certain, I'm using it to teach. Okay. So let nobody misunderstand what I'm saying. I'm using it to teach. Okay. These are some certain things unknowingly to us. You might not say, hey, how is your husband? Right? And then I will tell you it's fine. And then you will ask me if is he at home or did he go to work? And then what will I ask? You see, so all these things are inconsequential. How am I? I can take it as long as we don't talk often. How am I? I can take it as long as I don't talk often, as long as I'm responding to it on conversation. Then there are people I now take their how am I that has a right to ask me those. And one of them maybe Miss Pretty Mandy's mom. Those people I will accept it from. Yeah. Awazing of community, I will accept it from, right? Mother Ikolu, I will accept it from. Mother Teng, I will accept it from. Okay. You see, all these our elderly, right? Some people will say, is there anything with me? And then all those things from our elderlies, I will accept it. Because I know it's not regular. So I will accept it. Okay. But then, trying to do this. I know again it's from all those things, but the honest truth, we've been honest, we've been genuine. The honest truth is that those informations don't, I mean, they are inconsequential. I'm sorry. We've been, I'm just being real. Those inconsequential. Okay. Before people will come to me to check, I appreciate it, will check on me, but then I'm like, if I'm going to answer all these things, one is, even the day we finish our live program, someone reached me because I said I wasn't feeling well. The person reached me, and right away I was like, are you for real now? I asked the person, I said, are you for real now? I don't even remember I said I wasn't, I just shared it so that in case, okay, maybe, okay, if I don't feel so well, why making life, you all will know, okay? I'm not feeling, well. But then it wasn't like severe because I noticed the same started attacking me. Okay, but then this is like a family. I'm sure that that's okay, and that's okay. That sometimes we can prevent things. I feel this person is doing this, I'm dead on me. I started taking measures. If someone can learn from it, I'm out there. My face is out. It's already out there. My face being out there and all of those doesn't mean my entire family will be out there because they didn't sign for it. I'm the one. I was the one. It came. I struggled with. At the end of the day, I signed for it. I have already. It's a sign. I've signed for it. I'm already out there. There is nothing I can do. My face has to be there. But that's my face. That's not my family and all of those because they didn't sign it with me. Their own destiny and all of those may be different. Still on a positive stuff, but I'm the one that signed it. So me providing everything about them, I have to be respectful. That's just what it is. You see the way I say I respect these boundaries, I respect this, people's, status, social status. I respect this the same way. I respect, my own family because they didn't sign what I signed by myself. They didn't sign it with me. Okay, where they help me behind stuff and all of those, but they didn't sign it with me. And I can't force them, into it because it's a big mandate. Not all of them can carry because I could carry it. I'm doing all of those because of both the passion and the whole stuff. But does that mean they don't get my support? They do, just like when we did our grand event, right? And we were already in Nigeria, and then I saw receipts, of 300,000. It was my husband, right? But then, do you see him on our page? And no, it's not family stuff. It's not. This is a community. And that's why we kept telling people, get us some nice whatever, get us, we see our face. It's not this. So that doesn't mean they don't give me the support. Right? And that doesn't mean maybe, they don't do all of those. But it's something you signed. And my is there. And for them, I have to be respectful. Including my little kids, even though, yeah, you have the power. But I have to be respectful because they didn't sign a mandate with me. But by naturally, they will fall and maybe the kids might grow and get of age, right? And might choose, I want to join the community. Just like the day one of my kids are like, maybe can I open a YouTube so that I can subscribe to the community? I said, oh, you're underage. He says, so I can support your YouTube. I say, why? So that you can get more. I said, no, you cannot. That's okay. You will get there. Okay. By the time you'll be of 18, yeah, you make your choice. You know, but I let them watch our programs because it's something I want them to see and hear. So I sometimes I play that on Men TV. I let them watch it because even myself, sometimes I watch the program. Not even sometimes, every program I make, I watch the program. If I haven't watched our programs, maybe I don't think they are more than 2. And it's because the time I create it, I create. Sometimes I even put our program, put it, hearing it, and still be doing stuff because I still get inspired. I prepare program, come here is already is a different thing, you know. So please get the message and go with the message. Let it not just be, sitting or just being out there. Hold this, embrace it, hold it. Privacy is power. It doesn't mean it's secret. Like I say, my kids, my family, there is another secret. But that's my privacy. That's my privacy. And that's still their privacy, right? If it was to be another person, right? Let's say maybe another place and all of those, like this, every child is a genius. I would love my kids to be participating. Even this time around, what we are doing now, I already said I will just give them that to read, but they cannot participate. I have to respect that. But I'll give them the materials to read because there's a lot of knowledge. I want them to benefit. But these are some things, when you are there, out there, these are certain things, it impacts you somehow negatively, but it is what it is. I have to respect that, until they get age. But don't I love it? Every child is a genius. They watch it, they see the whole thing at the end of everything. They watch the program, they see the question because I want them to learn. I want them to, even though we do all of those, but is a different dimension. I want them to have that experience. Experience is power. I want them to have it. Okay. But getting them here and this, we contradict. It's gonna contradict things. And like we said, I have to respect that. So that tomorrow, who wants to drag Chris Lucci can be dragging Chris Lucci. Okay? Not now looking for pressures of Chris Lucci to drag Chris Lucci, drag it to everywhere. My personality is there, so take me to everywhere. Tomorrow, whoever that want to, okay, because now you say truth, you'll be harsh. So whoever that want to harsh will be hushing me. Not hushing me by information I gave to them cheap. So that even if they want to even come to here to urge them, they will do some, at least they will do some work. You don't get the cheap, you do some work. Anyways, thank you everyone. Please be outlook, I think by tomorrow. This weekend we'll be publishing our Every Child is a Genius. Mr. Digital, they've prepared it, but Barrister Ju is so, we didn't want to, or we don't want to, because of her, run around of her mom's final respect. So we're trying to give her, because we were supposed to have our board meeting just end of this last month, but we haven't. So because we want to conclude on the topic, but Mr. Digital, has already came up with some, but we still need to deliberate a bit on it. So we are hoping by this weekend we'll be dropping it. Please, once you see that, start getting kids registered, okay? Get them registered because we are a little out of time. So do that, and as soon as we get that, we'll start getting it ready so that June, July, August, I don't know. We'll see a way, but it's going to be wonderful. It's going to be wonderful, because these kids, genius kids, they have come to stay. So we can't miss that. It's a big deal for us. I will continue to live that, okay? Today is night. Miss Goodness, after this live program, call me, okay?
Oh, all right. So thank you, everyone. Thank you for sticking around. Thank you all for all you do. Thank you all for your better version. And please continue to be your very best because there is honor in everything good we do. From me to you all, have a noble one.